Hello amiibros, this is Jason of Game&Shocks, and welcome to my 41st haul video, the ultimate mixed media experience. So now, let's start. So for this haul video, since it's been about 2 months or so since my last haul video, I've gotten quite a bit of stuff since then. It's just taken me a while to get some of that stuff. But I've got a lot of games, and I've got a bit of movies as well. I've been thinking of showing movies I've been getting as well as games. You know, maybe recommend you guys some movies as well. And let's begin. And by the way, I still have no physical Game Informer. I've got a digital one still. Okay, I'm going to start with core gaming first. It's not a big pile, but it has some really good games in it. So the first game I'm going to show in this video is a PlayStation 2 game, simply called Summoner. Not the Summoner, just Summoner. This guy is the chosen one, and he has been chosen to summon red minotaurs. And how can you not like that? And this, okay, all seriousness, I think this game is an RPG, I believe, having played a little bit of it. But it is I haven't played enough of it to really say anything on it. But it is complete, and the disc has a hand on it. Want to know why? Because the game itself wants to have a hands-on experience with you. Huh! No. Alright, next game is another PlayStation 2 game, and that is Micro Machines. I almost said Summoner again. This game is a lot of fun. I did know what Micro Machines was before I saw this game on the shelves, but I didn't even know it existed on PS2. And then after I picked it up, I played it at home, and it's a lot of fun. Like you're basically like small cars in like a big world, because like you're a small car trying to navigate around like soda cans and like other stuff and shrubbery and whatnot. But it is complete, and it's like I said, pretty fun game. And next, speaking of worlds, big worlds in fact, for the Xbox 360 I got Star Ocean: The Last Hope. Now this you would think is one of those exclusive Xbox 360 RPGs. It's not. It's also on the PS3 in like a special edition, I think. And just by the cover you can tell it's a game for me, because as you guys know, I love space! Like, look at this. We got starfighters, we got planets and stars and galaxies. It's like a feast for my eyes. It's beautiful. Because a new breed of hero arises. And this is one of those Xbox 360 games that's on 3 discs. Because, you know, RPG. Like, look at this. You don't really see 3-disc games anymore. So this can join like the exclusive club of 3-disc games like Rage and Blue Dragon. But I'm really excited to try this out. It's like an RPG series set in space. Alright, next is an original Xbox game. This is the one I spent the most money on out of everything in the core gaming pile. And that is Blink's 2 Masters of Time and Space. Now, unfortunately, my original Xbox doesn't really work right now, so I can't play this, unfortunately. And I don't know if this game is backwards compatible in the 360. Someone can let me know in the comments. But this game, it seems really interesting. Like, you can also play as like the bad guys and a custom character. And if you watch my original Xbox collection video, you would know I spoke very highly of Blink's, the first game. So it is complete, and what's really cool about the manual is like, so this is like the front side, right? And then if you flip it over, it has like the bad guys on this side, like in the similar font and like style to like the front, and it's like really cool. And I hear this game is much better than the first Blinks, but like I think it didn't sell well because it came out a week after Halo 2, so like it just underperformed. Alright, next is a PSP game, and that is Killzone Liberation. Now this one is a strategy game compared to the shooters of the rest of the Killzone series, and I hear it pulls it off really well. It's like a genre shift that like works really well, from what I hear. And it's considered like one of the best PSP games, I believe. And it is complete. It's got like maps and like classified insertion orders And sorry if I hit the camera in any way. And it's also got like PlayStation Underground stuff. But hell yeah, insertion orders. Alright, next is a PlayStation 2 memory card. A yellow one belonged to Adam. Expect to see this in my upcoming exploring a memory card video whenever that releases. I don't know when yet. And then the last two games I got from Core Gaming are Game Boy Advance games. So the first one I got is Super Monkey Ball Jr. Come on, camera, focus. There we go. Childhood game right here. This takes me right back to when I was a kid. This game was basically like the Monkey Ball games on the GameCube, but simplified for the Game Boy Advance. Actually has some in 3D stuff in it. It's actually pretty impressive for GBA. Even though it's not the best Monkey Ball game, it's still pretty fun. And then the other Game Boy Advance game I got is Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire. This one is also really fun. And this is a pinball game that has a goal. And the goal, I think, is to evolve and collect 99 Pokemon, I believe, from Ruby and Sapphire, I think. And it's a lot of fun. Like, the physics are great, and it's just a really fun pinball game. Whether you love pinball or Pokemon and whatnot, it's great. Alright, next we're going to take just a quick break from games, and we're going to move on to movies. And this first one is not really a movie. It's like a collection of classic cartoons. And that is the Looney Tunes Platinum Collection, Volume 3. I got this from Newberry Comics for, I think, $12, I think. And it's basically like a compilation of 50 Looney Tunes shorts from back in the day. And I haven't watched through this yet, but like, who doesn't love Looney Tunes? Like, what's really cool about this is that like each Blu-ray disc has like a bunch of cartoons on it. It has this like booklet full of like historical context, and on the back, that's all, folks. Like, it's really cool, and it's the next Blu-ray I have also does like a similar thing to it. And like, who doesn't love Looney Tunes? Looney Tunes are awesome. The other movie I got is Castle in the Sky. Excuse me. So I've been trying to get into anime lately. So like watching like some more shows, and also watching some movies, like some of the Studio Ghibli movies, like Spirited Away or Princess Mononoke. I didn't want to start with those ones because if I start in such a high note, I would probably set my expectations maybe too high. But looking at the back of this one just kind of looked really fun to me. Like, it has like steampunk elements and like people riding on planes and blimps. Like, it looks like such a fun movie that like I feel like I would like this. And it's got the Blu-ray disc, another booklet just like with Looney Tunes, and there's the DVD, both with different artworks, which is pretty cool. And it's got artwork on the back as well, something you don't really see that often anymore, or actually at all, really. It's really cool detail that you wouldn't really see nowadays. Sorry about that, I just had to focus my camera. Alright, now back to games. So this next thing I got is the only thing I got from eBay, and that is this CD case. And the reason why I bought this was, one, it was $30, and two, there was a big PlayStation 1 game that I saw when looking at the listing for this on eBay. Now, most of the games in here are nothing special, but the last one is. So what we got here is NCAA 06 football, which I don't even need to tell you is nothing special. Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy, that's a good game, even though I already have it. Soviet Strike on the PS1, Star Trek Invasion. Both these are blue discs. International Winter Sports 2002 and Smuggler's Run. Oh, sorry about that. I should have it like this. This actually works a lot better. Corvette and Spider-Man. EverQuest Online Adventures. I don't have this one, which is nice because I can add it to my collection. Cool Borders 3, 007 Nightfire, which is a great Bond game, and I needed it since my Xbox again is down. Midnight Club. That's a blue disc. A good game. Spec Ops Stealth Patrol, Star Wars Episode 3, Starsky and Hutch, Jack 3, Madden 2003. Actually, that's the PlayStation 1 version of Madden 2003. Either way, you probably don't care. Power Drome, and then the last one, Ape Escape. Like, this alone was the reason why I bought the lot, because I think this game has been rising in price lately, and just to have it for like $30 along with a lot of other games is just awesome. And like eBay's like a lot of games have been going up in price, so I'm glad I got this, and so I can also like put in some of my other loose discs as well. All right, next, so we'll move on to some more movies as well. So for any of you who are like into like collecting physical media, there's something known as the Criterion Collection. So basically what they do is it's dedicated to gathering the greatest films from around the world and publishing them in editions of the highest technical quality with supplemental features that enhance the appreciation of the art of film. So there's like a lot of like, so recently Barnes & Noble had like their 50% off sale. As of this video, that sale is over, as far as I know. So I went with my mother to get like a few like movies. She got Gold Rush by Charlie Chaplin, which I don't have with me. It's at my grandparents' house, and I'll just tell you right now, I loved it. Me and my mother and my grandparents had like a watch party watching that movie, and it was awesome. So the Criterion Blu-rays I got, there's a few I have in here. So the first one is the Darjeeling Limited. I have seen this. I watched this a few days ago, and this was it was pretty good. It wasn't anything amazing. I think I've maybe set my expectations maybe just a slight bit too high, but I definitely really liked it. It's got a slow pace to it, but it was pretty nice little movie. It's got Owen Wilson in it, and it's basically about like these three brothers like taking a spiritual journey through India a year after their father dies. So what's really great about like Criterion's, not just the Blu-rays but the DVDs as well, is that they come with like these booklets full of like stuff from the movie, like cast and credits and like some essays on stuff if you're into that. But I'd recommend watching this, even though I'd say it's good but not amazing. So yeah, I don't plan on getting like every single Criterion, because like some movies on the collection are just, they're too obscure that I probably don't know what they are. But this one's pretty mainstream, the Darjeeling Limited. And by the way, Darjeeling is actually a tea raised in like northern India, I think. Alright, next one is Tokyo Olympiad. Now this one is, I bought this one because, you know, just have like a look back through the Tokyo 1964 Olympic Games. This one I don't really recommend to everyone because, you know, the Olympics isn't everyone's cup of tea, and I get that. But I wanted to see like what this was about, and since the next Olympic Games are going to be in Tokyo next year, like I wanted to give it like a shot. All right, and then the last one from Barnes & Noble is actually the only Criterion I haven't opened yet, and that is Kronos. So this is a movie. It's a movie in both Spanish and English, and I'll let you read the title. No, not the title. The description, if you want to read it, because like I said, I haven't seen it. I haven't even opened it yet, but now I will open it. So like every Criterion has like a director-approved like sticker on it, assuming the director is alive. So it's like it has a Guillermo del Toro's like signature on it. And by the way, and Guillermo del Toro did Pan's Labyrinth and the Hellboy movies and the first Pacific Rim. Like he's a pretty like great director in like a lot of ways, and this was his first movie. I think it's got Ron Perlman in it as a mysterious American, according to the back. And I want to see how this one looks on the inside. Oh wow, that looks really cool. It's got like gears coming out of the disc. The background's red, and it's got like this angel statue with gears and red. It's like a pretty thick booklet in here. Pretty excited to watch this one. Alright, back to games. So next, sorry if I move the camera. So next is Bull Moose. I've got a massive stack from Bull Moose. Like, cause I found a lot of stuff there that was like really cheap, both in games and in movies. So I'll start with this. I got another memory card, PlayStation 2 memory card. So again, expect that for exploring a memory card. And then the first game is remember 697 from the previous video? It's back with a vengeance. For 697 on PlayStation 1, You Don't Know Jack. So I've been streaming the Jackbox, and this is, I guess, where it started. Jackbox. I keep mixing them up. I'm sorry. I'm streaming Jackbox, and now I have You Don't Know Jack, and You Don't Know Jack is on Jackbox, so maybe I can get jacked with with this game, and it's complete with both discs in here. You wouldn't think this would be a 2-disc game, but I guess it is. And I want to try it out, see how it differs from the Jackbox You Don't Know Jack. I've said Jack way too many times. Alright, next for the PlayStation 3, I got Disgaea 3, Absence of Justice. And this series, from what I know, is a strategy RPG series. And this one doesn't have like a complete yet on like the Switch or PS4, so that's why I grabbed it. And it's complete. I haven't played it yet, but I'm looking forward to playing it. Alright, next for $1, not even, 97 cents actually, The Wolf Among Us on PS3. So surprised that I even saw this on PS3 for such a low price. I couldn't believe it, and it's complete in like big air quotes, and it's got a sticker on the disc. But I hear it's like a bunch of fairy tale characters in like a noirish setting. And then the last PS3 I have in the Bull Moose game pile is Killzone 3. So we got Disgaea 3 and Killzone 3 on the PlayStation 3. And this was, I think, the last one I need before I need... Shadowfall's the last console sorry, I keep getting mixed up today. Shadowfall on PS4, excuse me. And I hear this game looks really great for like a PS3 game. It's complete, it's got like splatters on the disc, and like it's got a SOCOM 4 beta, and I hear SOCOM 4 is not that good of a game. But even then, graphics aside, I hear it's a very, very good game. Alright, next for the PlayStation 2, for $3.97, I got 007 Agent Under Fire, which I had on the original Xbox, and now I have it on the PS2. It's from Core Gaming, if you couldn't tell by the sticker. And I enjoy this game. It's not my favorite Bond game. I think it has some like controller issues. Like, I think the controls are awkward, especially when trying to move around. But maybe I just need to get used to it. So it's complete, and I like the cover. The cover's cool. Next, also for PS2, another $6.97 game, Kinetica. This one is a high-speed racing game made by the same team who would later do God of War, believe it or not. Yeah, these things would later go on to create Kratos and rip God's heads off. But it's a fun game. It is complete, and one thing to keep an eye out for this game is that it has an art book inside it. Just to keep that in mind. And it's a fun game. Alright, next for the Wii, I got Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. Now, I do already have this game. I mostly got this just so I could like sell it and maybe get some bank off it. And I love Metroid Prime 3. It's probably one of my favorite Wii games, and it's one of the main reasons why I would defend motion controls, because like this game has some of the best uses of motion controls of all time. I don't know why I wanted to sound like Kanye West. But anyways, the next Wii game I got is Need for Speed Carbon, also for $3. And this one I don't have, and just by the cover, this looks really stylish. And yeah, don't really have much else to say. I haven't played it yet. I'll probably play it after this video's done. And then also for the Wii, I got Nicktoons Attack of the Toy Bots. Now, why would I get this game? I've been playing Nicktoons Unite recently with my friend Aaron Fazbear, and we've been like looking at this game for quite a bit. And again, no one would get it, so I stepped in and grabbed it. So it is complete, and it's got like a bunch of like Nickelodeon characters. It even has some lesser known Nickelodeon characters. Well, maybe not lesser known, but like 90s characters. So I think like Rocco and Invader Zim and Stimpy are among them, which is cool. I keep saying that, but really. And fun fact, the composer of this game is the same one who would later go on to do the modern Doom games. Quite the resume. Alright, last two games I got from Bull Moose are original Xbox games. And again, I can't play these, unfortunately. So the first one is Robotech Battle Cry, which I hear is a great mech game. And that's really all I have to say. It's complete, and it's got literally complete. It has a hint book and everything. And then, oh god, I've twisted this around. Oh no, you've killed us all. No. And then the last one I got for games from, well, console games at least. The last original Xbox game is Arx Fatalis. So happy I got this one. Even though it was $10, I got it for half off. So I got it for $5. And this is like a Morrowind, I think, type of game, where you got at any time choose your action, and you can also like talk and negotiate. So you can talk and negotiate with snake people and hide in the shadows and launch spells. You know, stuff that I guess Morrowind would let you do. And it's complete, and I'm so happy I got this. I think this one is also kind of expensive, but probably my favorite thing I've got in terms of games, along with like these next ones. So next one, for $5 on GBA, I got Rayman Advance, which is the PlayStation 1 version of Rayman. So if you like that, you'll like this, and you can play it on the go. And then another great thing I got from Bull Moose is this stack of DS games I got here, all loose. We'll just show you all of them real quick. Each one of these I got for $4 each. So the first one I got is Professor Layton and the Diabolical Box. Haven't played that one yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Here, it's a good series. Bomberman on the DS. That one's pretty good. Metroid Prime Hunters. That's the full game, not the first hunt demo thing. Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. Just really happy I got this one. Was looking for that one for a while. And then Mega Man ZX, which I think is like $15 or $20 game. Same with Mario and Luigi, I think, and Metroid Prime Hunters. And then the last one is actually pretty valuable. It's like 30 or 40, I think. Mega Man Star Force Dragon. Again, really happy I got this one. And for $4, like, hell yeah, of course I want that. And then ZX is pretty fun, having played a little bit of that. And same with Mario and Luigi. Like, all these games are pretty fun. Except for Professor Layton. Because I haven't played it. Yeah, that's a score right there. Alright, next, and then we'll do some movies from Bull Moose. I got a few movies from Bull Moose. So the first one is my only, I guess, sort of Blu-ray, even though it's a 4K Blu-ray. It's 4K Ultra HD, best quality ever. But it's Star Wars The Force Awakens. I love this movie. This is personally my second favorite Star Wars movie. I remember seeing this in the theaters like 4 or 5 years. Yeah, 5 years ago. It was 2015. And just the excitement that we were getting a new Star Wars movie was like, it was like livid. Assuming I didn't know what that means. And it was just such an exciting time for me that I really have no other words since then. I loved it. I saw this movie 3 times in theaters back then. And I loved it every single time, and I still love it to this day. Only Return of the Jedi is the better Star Wars movie in my opinion. Alright, next is back to the Blu-rays. Is an animated movie, a stop-motion animated film, Isle of Dogs. And look at all these dogs. You cannot have this much dogs in a dog movie. And also, I love dogs. I love dogs. I love dogs. I think that's the point of this. And I remember liking this. I've only seen it once, but I would really want to watch it again. So, and look at this. Back cover art. Really cool. And it's like a really nice stop motion animated film. And it's PG-13 as well. It's not for the kids. Well, I guess it could be for the kids, but it's not really. Alright, and then another Blu-ray. Actually, 2 Blu-rays, but they're for the same movie, actually. The Grand Budapest Hotel on Blu-ray. And then I've also got the Criterion Collection version of Grand Budapest Hotel, because I love this movie as well. This is quickly becoming one of my all-time favorite movies. And what's really cool about the Criterion version is that it comes in like this like box. I think it's like what's called a digipack. So it has like this like really cool design in it, and like some inserts. Like there's a poster, and like a book full of like stuff, and then a book within the book filled with like stuff from the movie, and then the disc with a cool pattern on it. And like I said, I love this movie. Like I've already seen it twice at this point, and I want to watch it a third time. And this is a movie I highly recommend to you guys. It's a hilarious movie about a guy trying to steal back a painting. A very sophisticated guy, a hotel manager, trying to steal back a painting from his dead wife. Masterpiece. And I also have a review of Grand Budapest Hotel on my Letterboxd page, which is like a movie reviewing site. Link in the description. Alright, last few games I have are some pretty recent games. So I got a Switch game for $19 at Walmart. Fire Emblem Warriors. Haven't played it yet, but it's Hyrule Warriors, but with Fire Emblem characters. Need I say more? And here's the cartridge with maps. There we go. Come on, focus camera. I've been recording for too long. Yeah, there we go. It's nothing like, not a special cartridge design, but it's something. And then also, not a Switch game, but for the PlayStation 4, I got Indivisible with Liberty and Justice for All. No, but I hear really good things about this one as well. It's this is an RPG with like a really nice like 2D art style to it. Does the game have the same art style? Yeah, it does. Okay. For some reason, I don't know why I was thinking otherwise, but it doesn't have anything in it. Modern games and their lack of inserts. Alright, and then my last thing that I have in this haul is a movie. It's my last Criterion Blu-ray that I have. It's for a pretty classic movie, and that is City Lights by Charlie Chaplin. I have not seen this movie yet, but probably before this video goes up, I will have seen this movie, and I'll just put my thoughts right here if I have seen it. But I'm really looking forward to this. 1931, and it's only 86 minutes. And look at this. That really cool like, booklet design. It's got, I think the main girl in it as well. Because like I think this movie is a romance film, and has a pretty famous like boxing scene from Chaplin. And that disc art is really cool as well. Can I take out the disc? I know there's something on the back of the disc of this one. There we go. It's a rose. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing this. Having seen Gold Rush recently and loved it, and I'm really excited for this and to start watching more Charlie Chaplin and more classic films. So yeah, that is it. So thank you all for watching the video, and please comment, like, and subscribe. And next video is going to be either a Let's Play video or something else, or a stream maybe, I don't know. But I've got a lot of stuff to start watching and playing. And yeah, hope you guys continue to stay safe out there. So shock the world and us, amiibros. Goodbye.